If you love burgers, then you should absolutely try out this recipe and give yourself a treat. They are absolutely delicious and I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. Let's make it. So to make the classic burger, we're going to be needing some minced meat, and then we're going to add in some spices that will be listed in the description box. So the more fats your minced meat has, the juicier your burgers are going to be. But I'm using the 5% fat minced meat here, but you can use any minced meat of choice. So we're going to mix this together until the spices and the minced meat are well incorporated together. We are not going to over mix this. Then after mixing, we are going to form this into 4 equal balls. I'm using about 750 grams of minced meat. So we're just going to eyeball this to make roughly equal balls, but if you want to make perfectly equal balls, you can use a scale. So this recipe makes 2 large burgers, but you can increase or reduce the ingredients to suit the numbers of burgers you're making. So after forming the balls, we're going to set this aside in the fridge while we prepare the other ingredients we'll be needing for the burger. So we're going to be needing white onions and we'll cut this into round slices. I'll be using just half of the onions, but you can use as much onions as you prefer. We'll also cut up some tomatoes into round slices. We'll be needing 4 slices of the tomatoes because we're making 2 burgers. We'll also cut up some lettuce as well. So we're going to heat up a pan, add in a little oil and then go in with the onions, sprinkle with a little bit of salt, and then we are going to allow this to caramelize for like 5 to 7 minutes. And after the onions gets to this point, we'll add in the tomatoes and also season this with a little bit of salt and crushing some black peppers as well. And then at this point, we're going to take out the onions and allow the tomatoes to caramelize for another like 2 minutes, and this process will bring out the sweetness of both the onions and the tomatoes instead of just adding them raw to the burgers like that. So to make our homemade burger sauce, we're going to mix some mayonnaise, ketchup, a little bit of yellow mustard, and then sweet chili. We're going to spice this up and mix together. So I'm using some peri-peri mayonnaise here, but you can use any mayonnaise of choice. So we're going to set that aside and then heat up a pan, add in a little bit of oil, and then we're going to add in our minced meat. So we're going to cut up some parchment paper, lay it on the meat, and then we are going to use a spatula to smash this down. So the parchment paper is to prevent the meat from sticking to the spatula, and then we're going to use another spatula to just make sure we are really smashing the meat down. We want the meat to be really smashed, and then we are going to allow this to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes on one side before flipping it over to the other side. You can also use a burger press to just smash the meat down as well. So after flipping the meat, we're going to allow it to cook for about 2 minutes before adding in our cheese. So I'm using some aged cheddar cheese here, but you can use any cheese of choice. And then we're going to allow the cheese melt, and after the cheese has melted, we're going to take this off the heat. So next, we're going to get our burger bun, cut it into 2 equal parts, then apply a little butter, and then we are going to toast this up. So I'm using my homemade burger buns here, and if you've not seen that video of how I made this burger bun, I'll be leaving the link in the description box for you to check out. So we're going to toast this up, and while toasting, make sure you move it around so that it toasts up evenly. So I just like to toast it up on the other side lightly as well. And after toasting, this is what they look like. Now we're going to take this out and move on to the next step. So to the next and final step, assembling the burgers. Now to the bottom part of the toasted bun, we're going to go in with a generous amount of the burger sauce. We're going to spread that around, go in with the lettuce and the burger patties. So you can use 1 burger patty if you prefer, and then we'll go in with the caramelized onions and tomatoes, and then add in more burger sauce to the top bun of the burger buns, and then we're going to close this up. And that's it, guys. You just made yourself an absolutely delicious burger. See, these burgers are so delicious, you won't even believe you made them yourself. If you tried this recipe out, let me know what you think about it in the comment section, and I'll come your way again with another absolutely delicious recipe. Don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe if you haven't. And thank you to all those who have subscribed. I will see you in the next one. Bye.